Welcome to this special web edition of Cuse Countdown, breaking down Syracuse and DePaul. I'm Heather Prusak alongside my analyst, Evan Weston. But Evan, before we really even talk about Syracuse and DePaul, SU's on a 3-game losing streak. Pretty disappointing for the fans lately.
Yeah, Syracuse just hasn't lived up to the promise of early in the season. Ranked in the top 10 almost the entire way, now down to 16. This is not what SU fans had in mind.
It's not. It's very unheard of. You don't think of Syracuse basketball being even remotely even close outside of the top 10. So let's break down this 3-game losing streak a little bit. What do you take away from how the team's playing lately?
Well, they weren't exactly playing puppies and kittens. I mean, Georgetown, Marquette, Louisville, all really good teams that should see themselves in at least the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. And hey, Georgetown could grab a #1 seed. So it's not like Syracuse was playing really easy teams. This is the kind of game where they can right the ship.
And you look at the last game against Louisville there, Brandon Trish had a career-high 7 turnovers. Not something you want to see from your senior leaders heading down the stretch there.
Well, Trish has been bad all year. He's shooting under 40%. You can't be shooting under 40% if you're a shooting guard in the Big East. It's unacceptable. Brandon Trish has just been an overrated player all season. And when Jim Boeheim said right at the beginning of the year that Trish was going to be a great player, he's been wrong. I'm sorry.
Well, Jim Boeheim talks a lot about Brandon Trish with the mental mistakes really getting in his mind. But I guess, are there any bright spots in this that's been happening lately? I mean, one guy that comes to my mind is CJ Fair. I feel like he's really been Mr. Consistency for this team.
Yeah, I was about to say, CJ Fair has been excellent. He's clearly the best player on the team. Really one of the only players who contributes positively offensively and defensively. He can shoot. He can get inside. He's a decent wing defender. You know, Fair is the one guy on this team who's been a rock. Usually
kind of the unsung hero there for Syracuse, but let's head back over to Syracuse and DePaul coming up. Not usually a highly competitive matchup, but what's one X factor that you're looking at for this game?
I'm going to say apathy. Syracuse can't afford to be apathetic about this game. They've lost 3 straight. Show up, get the job done, blow them out of the building if you have to, but right the ship. Don't, not care about this one.
And a game like this, something that could really, boost Syracuse's confidence going into tournament time, Big East tournament, NCAA tournament. But in the end, all that matters is the final score. So this blowout you're talking about, how big of a blowout is it going to be?
I'll tell you what, they're going to double them up. 80-40 even. Syracuse doubles up DePaul.
Taco time there for fans in the Dome.
Taco time. DePaul doesn't come even close.
No.
Blowout for Syracuse.
Well, thank you, Evan. And be sure to keep it here, as always, at sportsblog.citrustv.net for all of your Syracuse basketball coverage into the Big East tournament and into the NCAA tournament. For my analyst, Evan Weston, I'm Heather Prusak. Thank you so much for watching.